is an issue that school districts across the country are facing: bus driver shortages. For the last several years, it's become more and more difficult for districts and companies they contract to recruit enough drivers. 13 on your side's Emma Nicholas joins us now with how West Michigan is feeling the impact. Emma.
That's right, Juliet. If you're a parent of a child who takes the bus, chances are your child's bus has been delayed at least once this school year. It's oftentimes a direct result of this shortage. Dean Transportation is contracted by districts across the state. We spoke with their local operations managers to understand what this shortage looks like day to day.
Many of the women in this dispatch center will end up on a bus route at some point during their shift.
Then it makes it difficult for our office staff to come back in, obviously, and do their particular jobs that they're hired to do.
Kevin Harkness manages Dean Transportation's Grand Rapids operations.
Just in Grand Rapids, we're looking at about 300 drivers.
Harkness says they could use about 50 to 60 more drivers. The reason for the shortage can't be boiled down to one thing. Low unemployment rates play a role. So do the required standards that a driver must meet.
You're starting to weed out a lot of people who can't pass the background check, who can't pass the driving history, who can't pass a drug test.
There's also just not many people applying. Nicole Soule manages operations throughout the rest of West Michigan.
Our Holland location had a dry spell of over 3 months.
Not a single application received. Harkness also attributes the lack of drivers to the perceived difficulty of the job.
There's a lot of perception that bus driving is you have to deal with these crazy kids standing up on the bus, throwing things, yelling and screaming, and that's not it.
It's making recruiting efforts more intense than they've ever been.
It's just trying everything and anything you can think of.
From weekly job fairs to daily phone calls.
You're looking at this shortage where, you know, a local school district might need 4 drivers and we need 5 drivers and there's only 2 available. So now you're competing for those 2 drivers. You're doing, you know, what it takes to get them.
Now, the starting wage for a bus driver ranges depending on the district, but for the most part, it's around $17 for a driver and $13 for a bus attendant. We'll have details on how to apply in the story on our website. Juliet.